Hi, this is Charlie giving you Friday's market commentary. I hope you're very well. Just like to welcome the people who have just joined us from the Forex show from last week. And so today's video, I do live trading. And so just so you know, I am Kevin as well. Kevin and Charlie are both my names, but I prefer to be called Charlie. But because I know at the show you'd have known me as Kevin Burton. But anyway, so welcome to Easy Trader and our list, our free videos. They go out 2 or 3 times a week. And on a Friday, we tend to do live trading, which I have been doing this morning, but I was up to 19 minutes and I thought I better press stop and then start again. So let's just do a quick recap of what I've been doing, because I've had a couple of losing trades so far this morning actually. Excuse me. I was short on the pound, believe it or not, and lost this morning because I was short early this morning down here, and then it rushed up and stopped me out there. I'll show you my account in a minute because I always show you my account as well. And then on the euro dollar, oh yeah, I tried to get long after this nice pull up this morning. We had nice momentum at that point. Looked like we were going to go for a nice run higher, and then so I was in longs around about here, and it just carried on coming down. So I got stopped out on the euro dollar as well. So a good start really. Now I'm going to be keeping my eye on the euro dollar because it's not had the same sort of as big a flush down as the pound, and I still think that maybe on the higher timescales that this may actually later on today may want to come around and come up, but we'll see. I'll keep my eye on that price action later. Obviously nothing I can do with that at the moment. I'm not overly, it's got negative momentum actually now, but we'll just see on that. It's just sometimes you look at the price action and you're not that keen on it. I'm still keen on the pound at the moment. Missed this. I came back into my office around about here where this doji bar was, and I was just looking at the time for a little bit of a rally, a small, I was only looking for a small retrace just into my outer bands there. And as we can put it into real time, there we were. Just looking for a few more pips really, which was, we were sitting at around about low 90s. I wanted to get us back above 51 to get the shorts in, and it didn't do it, and it came down. Well, a nice run down all the way down to 30s, 20s, 10 almost. So missed out on that one. So I'm watching the pound at the moment and waiting to see if we're going to come out to the outer bands on this 30-minute time frame. So for the purpose of disclosure, show you the account. So I had these 2 losers, had the loss on euro dollar 1300 and loss on the pound at the moment. So we'll see how we get on through the rest of the day. And quite often I do these recordings and they'll come out to you late in the afternoon or whatever. So sometimes later, it depends on how long I'm trading. Like last week I did a quick 3-minute trade, banged it all out, and it was out nice and early. Whereas other days I'll look at it and say, okay, well I'm here all day, might as well carry on trading. So that's about it for now. So I'll press pause whilst we're waiting. So I'm waiting to see if the pound's going to come up to this outer band here. Well, basically that's on the 30-minute chart. The 5-minute chart, it started just playing around so much within those bands, it just gets to a point where it's not worth playing the band play. So I'm just waiting to see if we can get up there on the 30-minute time frame. We've got the 5-minute 21, it's going to be up there as well. So it's just a case of playing a waiting game and seeing if that's going to happen. We've got nice extremes down at the lows, so it's set up and geared up for a retest at some point today. It's just a case of having a little bit of patience and trying to find the right entry. And so I'm looking at the moment on that 30-minute time frame and seeing if that's going to provide it. So I'll press pause for now, and we'll come back to this as and when I get it set up. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to start to short here on the pound. It never got up to the levels that I wanted, but it's starting to roll over a little bit here. So we're going to put the shorts in and just see if we're going to continue to roll down for the lows, and see if that plays itself out. I'll keep the stops tight, and so it's not going to require much of a tight stop above this high here. So and it's just quite aggressive, but as we're just rolling over here, I'm watching my higher time frames. They didn't quite get up to the levels I wanted. So let's go back out to the 15-minute and the 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart didn't quite get out there, so let's go to that 30-minute chart. Didn't quite get to the level I want, but it started to roll over, and so I'm just looking to see if this is about to just come down, back down for our lows. So I'm just putting that in with a tight stop behind it. We've got momentum MA's right on the 30-minute time frame there, so just nudging down on top of it. So I just want to see if we can come down towards these lows where we had the extremes earlier on. So that's what I'm looking for. So it's just a case of whether that's going to happen or not. So I'll just put my stops in place. So I'll just press pause while I'm doing this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my stop down quite aggressively now, because it's, as you can see, it's really not doing much. And so I'm just going to move my stops down quite aggressively down, so that basically if it comes up, then I lose next to nothing. So I really want to be in this market again. Yeah, I'm seeing potentials on the euro dollar and on the euro yen, and so I really want to hold my chips, so to speak, for those two if they're going to sort themselves out and gear up for trades. Then I want to be in it. I want to be there for those. So I've moved my stops. I'm just doing it off screen at the moment. There you go. So I've moved my stops, there you go, to 31. So if we surpass 31, then my entries were only at 30.6. So I've really aggressively moved them down. Prices come down a little bit, but by doing that, I'm just saving my chips, so to speak, for some of these other currencies if they're going to get set up at some point. Now, the way that the pound has moved here, it should, if it's going to do it, it should come a bit lower, at least to come down and test these lows. So if it gets down to about 20, then I'll bleed something off. But I'm looking at my higher time frame charts. We've got potential divergences, but obviously in order to diverge, it needs to come down to these lows. So that's what I'm playing, and that's what I've been playing. It was a shame really that we didn't come that little bit higher back over here in order to get me the better entry over here. But anyway, I looked at the market as it started to roll over and said, okay, let's go in at 30. And now we're in a position whereby, if I lose, it's going to be negligible. Like I said, entries are at 30.6 and 30.4 and 30.5 and 30.8, I think the other one was. And I'll get stopped out at 30, just over 31, so it'll be less than a pip. So it's just now a case of, okay, well, if the market's just playing around like this, then I'll just tuck it down and we'll just see if it does roll over. If it doesn't and it starts coming up, fine, then we'll hold fire and see what's going to happen. I'm more likely to switch to the euro yen by looks of things, and maybe the euro dollar later today, but for now I'll just press pause. Okay, so that cable did come up, and but like I say, I stopped out at 31, so you can see here 31s, 0.9s and 6s, so my entries were at 30.6s, so it was about a pip. So I just did that, and it meant that by aggressively moving it down, I've hardly been affected on that. And if it wanted to come down for those lows, then it would have just carried on drifting down. As you can see at the moment, it's not. So it took a bit too long really, so I think it was the right decision to do, to bring the stop down tightly. And what I'm interested in, like I've been saying, is this euro yen's sort of interesting to me here. I think it may want to go at some point. I'm keeping my eye on it. It's been a bit of a choppy day for the euro yen, but I want to keep my eye on it. I'm just checking my other charts here off screen at the moment. It's looking like it might be starting to build for an upside break, and if that's the case, then I'm going to want to be in on that. So I'm going to be watching this euro yen, and I'll press pause for now. Well, it looks like I've been a bit unfortunate there on cable because it had that move up. I'd moved my stop down to 31 as I said, and it looked like it should have just carried on creeping down. All it's done is gone bop and then rolled over, and we're already down in the teens now, so that's a bit of a shame there on cable, and nothing I can do about it now. There's no new fresh setups, so it does look like it has practically come down to those lows, which it needed to do with the extreme moves that we had down there. For those of you not aware, we have certain setups that we look for, and if price makes an extreme move into a low or a high, then we expect that move to be revisited, which is what it's currently doing. So that's what I was trying to get in. That's what I was trying to get in on over here. If we'd have just come up to the levels that we wanted, didn't quite get to those, and we've just meandered our way at this little move here, which almost looked at that point that okay, cable's going to start coming up, only for it to then roll over a bit more. So but it hasn't cost me anything, but it's a shame I obviously haven't been in on that. So I'm still just watching these markets, euro dollars sort of playing around a bit, not really up to too much. Again, it's come down, but it's making these sort of slight subsequent lows here, but it's not really doing too much here. And Euro Yen, I was keeping my eye on if it was going to start developing some strength, and even that's rolled over. But again, it's choppy overall, but I wanted to see if it was going to start displaying some strength to come higher. But as yet, no, not at all, staying within its range. So not really too much we can do here. Press pause. Okay, so it's looking like we're going to get a short play on the Euro Yen, but it's a band play. It rolled over, so just waiting for it to set up. I had to break and clear some of these lows, so needed to see that, and so which is now done. And so it's just a case now of getting a run up to the bands. And so I'll just press pause while I'm waiting for that. So what we'll be looking to do is, as we come up towards the upper band, obviously get the trades in. I'll have to take some off at the lower band because we have put quite a lot of stopping volume in down here on this hammer candle. So we put some fairly heavy volume come in on the 5-minute charts, but the momentum's rolled over on the across the time frames on the hourly and below. The only thing is that overall, you look at it and you think, yeah, we're still in a sloppy overall. This is an hourly chart here, overall pattern. So I've got to just manage this this trade for the bands, and then just bring my stop down, and just see if it can have a bit of a run, and so that's what we'll see. The Euro Yen hasn't had quite the move that the Euro's had today. So if the Euro starts to bounce, then maybe that Euro Yen will just won't have much of a run here. So, but we'll see. The potential's there, but it's just a case of just managing it out. So we'll see if we can get this to move up. So I'll press pause just while I'm waiting here. Okay, looks like we're nearly there. So just about there on the bands. 68. That's one in. So we can get the second one in. That's 2, 3. Oh, 4. Right, okay. Sometimes it takes a while to get them in. The broker needs a little pause in between me clicking the buttons. So I've put those in. I'll put a stop. Let's have a look here. It's got to be relative to the bands. So about 84 would be enough there as a stop. So about 14 pips. So I'll put the stops in. Let's move this across. Put those in. Is the Euro Yen. Okay, right, so we're looking at 120.84. 120.84. Let's put the 0 in. 120.840. 120.840. 120.840. Right, okay, so that's those in, and now we'll just bring up a couple of the till tickets to start off with, and we'll just see if it can play the bands, and then obviously a move to the lower band. I'll take half off, so that's why I've brought 2 up, and then we'll take it from there as regards to the rest. And it looks like I might have to press pause while we're waiting. Oh, sorry, that's almost off the screen, isn't it? Just realised. Let's bring them up a little bit. So stops are in. Just looking to see if we can play to the lower band. Take it half off there, and then just trade manage it from there. So that's the idea. So I'll press pause for now. Okay, so we're getting close to the lower bands, which is nearly there. There we go. 64. Oh, not quite. Yep. So just taken 2 off. The pain what's happened here is, as you can see, we just overran the bands, and sometimes band plays will overrun, like it did there. Got up to 80 and then rolled over. My stop was 84. And if it overruns, it means the lower band comes up a bit, which means it gives you your downside target's not as good. So obviously my first target there was at 64, 65. So not as nice a downside target there. But I need to do something with the remainder. Here's the yen trade at the moment. But I want to give it some slack, so what I'm going to do is move the stop to 75 on these remaining 2, so it'll be effectively a scratch trade overall if it does come up. But at the same time, I just want to give it that little bit of slack, just in case it does. It can get a run and we can come down lower. But at the same time, I want to have as close to a scratch trade as possible if it is going to come up. So I'm going to give it enough slack, but not so much that it still sends us into too much into negative. So again, I'm working tight lines here this afternoon or this morning. What time is it? 12:54 this afternoon, just to try and give some trades the potential to run, but at the same time, if they're not going to run, keep them tight. A bit like that cable trade earlier on. It just seems to be one of those days, I think, today. Now cable, yeah, it got down to where I would have taken profits by then anyway. Now it's just meandering along. I think cable's probably done for the day. It has had a good range there, and it's possibly done for the day. So it's just now a case of whether this euro yen is going to come back. It's done the bands, but it needs to, obviously I want it to do more than that, and it's just a case of whether it's got that in it or not, or it's just going to come up. So I'll press pause again. Okay, so I'm looking to take a little bit off. It's just we're coming down to 50 here. I think I won't get too shy about that actually. If we can take one off down here, if we can see 50. Okay, might have to hold off there for 51. Okay, so we're just taking one off there at 51, and let's bring the account back over. So the euro yen so far is picking up, but obviously I'm still looking for more. I'm not going to come out at the absolute low. I'm just going to trade manage down. So I'm going to move the stop down a little bit more, down to the break-even level on this final section. So let's do that. Because I'm looking for there we go, 69 actually. So looking for on the euro yen, we've got the daily S1 down at 120.30, so about another nearly 20 pips away. Oh, of course, it's just done. Came out 51. It did 50 in the end anyway. But it's about 20-30 pips away. So if it can do it without coming back up and stopping me out, so my stop, as you've seen, is at 69 now. So which is at the absolute. I should think the absolute. Let's have a look. Entry on that one was at 68, but okay, that'll do. So we'll just see how this one's going to go. Like I said, we'd put in some hefty volume down here, but we're rolling over, and the euro yen does have the potential. It's not done as much as the other markets today, and it could have further to go. So we'll just see if it can in fact do that or not. So I'll press pause for now and see how we get on. Okay, so in that euro yen trade, and I was trading my stop down, and so we took that profit down there at 51, and I was trading my stop down, and it stopped at 60. It had a nice flurry down here to sub 40, but just trying to see if we were going to get a runner, and but it's finally halted there. So it's 360 quid on that trade. The thing is, what you're trying to do is get those runners which pay for your losers. So I was up about £600 I saw at that point when we were at 40, and I was looking for 30. So that would have been a nice 700 there, and so that's what you're trying to do when you're trading. But anyway, it keeps us in the game and all that, and so we'll carry on looking. It's only 140, so I'm trading in with the traders in the room at the moment, and I'll say trading. We're looking for trades, and so we'll see what brings this afternoon. So it's not all finished just yet, and we'll see if we can get. I only need one trade that becomes a bit of a runner, and if I can see some scope for a trade, then yeah, it could turn out okay. So we'll see. So I'll press pause for now. Interestingly, we've got now it's a bit later now. What's the time? 2:10. Got quite a few reversal candles here on the 30-minute chart of the euro yen. So I don't do them that often, but we could do a look at a band reversal play. Considering we've got all the reversal candles in there, a pullback down to the lower band could constitute a setup. So have a quick look at the hourly chart. Yeah, that's in the lower part of the hourly band. Tend to just mostly do trend-based plays, but I'm looking for the potential for them to come up a little bit. If they're going to do that, we've got plenty of reversal signals around. So let's see if it comes down for the lower bands. Then pop a stop down at the low. Let's see if we can get this. Nearly there. And this will be the final trade of the day by the looks of things. You're going to come down. It's nearly there. Might have to press pause at this rate, but it's nearly there. See if it's going to come down. It's playing around for us, isn't it? Let's just see. Just playing around there, but nothing yet. I'll press pause. Okay, looks like it might be coming down there this time. Nearly there. One more pip or so, and then we'll be there, and we'll get a stop down the low. Looks like it's a, there. Okay, let's get a couple in if we can. There we go. There's two, and I think I can get three in. Okay, that'll do. Right, I'll press pause and we'll see how this goes. Okay, so I'm just playing this band play here, and so I'm looking to get a couple of these off in a second. We were in at 54s, weren't we? So see if we can get just a little bit higher. There we go. Oh, 67, so I was seeing. Nearly. There we go. See if we can get back up to that 67 zone, and I'll start to loosen off some of this. So I might have just missed out there. I'll press pause. Anyway, I'll press pause, but if we pop back up again, then I'll just lighten the load. I'm just looking for that upper band. Sometimes what can happen is just that band's about to come down, you see. We've got 2 minutes to go to the end of that, so I may have just missed out just by talking there in getting the exit, because this will be sweeping down above price. So it's now going to be a lower level anyway, so it looks like that was about right there. But I'll see how we go. See if we can pop back up again. There we go. So you're going to have another pop. See if it can. Press pause. Okay, so we're just getting up there now. So I did manage to get the others off as we've come back up, and if we can just get up there to that band, there we go. That'll do. Just on the change over there. So it's, keeps it ticking over. So it's just brought us up to 796 on the euro yen now. So so all I did there was a band reversal play, which I don't do that often these days. But we had so many reversal candles coming in here on the 30-minute time frame and on the 15-minute time frame. Just use the 15-minute time frame. We hadn't hit that band to actually say, okay, well, we've come back in. We've not broken down enough on the euro yen for me really to want to be getting in any more on the short side, because it's not really proven enough on the short side there. But I've had a run, had some points out of that. But then we put all these reversals in. So okay, well, let's see if we can do a little band play. So we just waited for that dip down to 54, didn't we? And then we just run it back up to the upper band. So it's the opposite, which I don't do very often. But if you get plenty of reversal signals come in, then sometimes they can play out and be profitable enough. But anyway, I shall keep looking for more trades. We've had a few trades here now today, but it's just a case of trying to find a trade that I'm comfortable to find a runner on, and I don't know where that's going to come from yet, but you just never know. It's only 2:30. I've just managed to get in on a long here on the euro yen, but I've only put one entry in. I only got the one entry in at the moment, which is entry at 20. But I'm going to looking to build this. The momentum's really turning across the board on the euro yen. The dollar yen's really motoring. Looking for this euro yen to break out to the upside, break out the overnight highs, which will take us to the hourly chart back over here. Looking to break these potentially, and so see if we can get a bit of more of a run here. I don't know how far it's going to go before it falters and pulls back, but looking to see if we can get some more entries in. So see where we go. But I'm having to mix this videos between here and talking to the guys in the room at the same time, so some of it's getting delayed. But anyway, we'll see how we go here. It's just having a little bit of a run again, but shame I've only got one entry in so far. But we'll see if we get up to this 15-minute 500. I may loosen this entry off if we just have a flurry up to that, because that's about where that overnight high is anyway from here. And so we'll just see. I'll press pause for now. Well, it looks like we're going to be getting up there. I think we're about that 40 level, so I better close out. Oh god, I've missed it playing around here. See if we can get back up there again. By the time I switch the mic off in the other room and then switch all this on and bring the ticket over, I can sometimes miss out. There we go, 38. So I'm still not quite there. It's really poking around here. Okay, all right, well, 37. Okay, probably go a lot higher now. Okay, I've got that one off. So we're moving our way higher, aren't we? What a battle this has been today, really, as a result of the losses this morning, and then just having to sit there and wait and missing out on that cable short and all the other bits and pieces. But we'll do a review at the end of that. But you know, the thing is, you wait for the setups to come along, and when they come along, you can end up not being too much of a down day at all. Even if I was to finish on this, and I think there's going to be some more trading to come here yet. I think that even if I was to finish here, it'd be about £900 losing day today. Not much at all. So I'd be happy enough with that. But anyway, for now, I shall press pause because I think there could be some more upside here, more trading to come. Okay, so I'm still trading. I'm trading within the trading room here, but at the moment, this afternoon, it is 20 past 4, and so I've just commenced trading again on the Euro Yen here, and so it's just a case of building a position. This is on a 5-minute time frame, looking to build it into the 15-minute time frame as well. If we come down to those 15-minute bands, we're looking to build it there as well. So I'm not going to be. I'm talking in the room, but you know what I'm up to. I'll come back in a bit. Okay, so that came against me a little bit. I had a little bit of a bounce out of it, but didn't really get anything out of that. So finished off the day, and this is an interesting thing. Like I say, all weeks, and this is a good thing with what we do here. We show all trading, warts and all, and so it's a net 995. I think I calculated that out today. So made some money on the Euro Yen there, and had those losers on the Euro and Pound Dollar this morning. Just couldn't get a trade which was enough of a runner. Had that bit of a run on Euro Yen, but didn't fall through, so it stopped me out for 10 pips. Let's do a recap. A 10 pip gain still, but didn't get the runner on that, and nothing really out of this. And then what have we? I had some gains out of part of it, didn't I? And then a small loss on some of it. And that was it on that. And then we had the loser on cable first thing this morning, only for it to then roll over and come all the way down. But let's have a look prior to all of that. So I got stopped out here in this mess. And Euro dollar this morning, what was that? Oh, that was a Euro dollar long. So one of those things, really. I mean, I could always look back and say, well, the pound dollar, even I said this morning that was aggressive, so I didn't have to take that 550 quid loss on the pound dollar there, really. Didn't have to take that trade, in which case, and then when I came back in, I just missed the opportunity to get short on pound dollar because I wasn't in my office. So you can look back and say, oh yeah, there was opportunities, and a bit like a game of rugby, some opportunities, some games you manage to optimize your opportunities when they come along. You're there, you're vigilant, and you're looking out for those, and others, the opportunities don't quite come your way. You miss the opportunities when they do come your way. So one of those things, but that's the great thing with the variety of video updates, that we just do these live trading on a Friday just to show you what we're doing and taking these trades, and you can see, well, okay, is he making money or is he losing money? And generally I make money, but every trader has to lose money as well. Okay, right, have a fabulous weekend, and I'll be back in touch next week.